how to take better decisions in life, and how to decide around your goal. And this is a video for beginners mostly, because that's what the problem is. And we have part 1. There is unclarity in indecision. Simply put, indecision is the lack of information. That's all I have to say about it, right? Because if you knew at the start what to choose, what to go for, you would have chosen differently. You would have chosen the right thing. Indecision is the lack of information. If you had the information, the thing you wanted to know, then your decision would have been easier. But we have some conflicting things inside, and we're going to see how to bypass them, how to go over them, and to know what's the right decision. Of course, you're not going to be correct or sure 100% of the time, even if you have all the information available to you. Point number 1, the body wants something. It wants dopamine. Your body wants dopamine. Dopamine is a crucial chemical messenger in your brain that helps the nerve cells communicate better. It's often referred to as the feel-good hormone, and it plays a major role in the brain's reward system. It drives motivation, pleasure, movement, focus, and mood. And the problem is that this dopamine can be addictive. People take it from video games, alcohol, or other vices. And this is a problem because the addiction is obviously addictive, and you don't want that. Just like some people play games and they want to be all the time there. It's not a bad thing, but taken to the extreme, it is. And why do we talk about this with regards to indecision? It's because simply you want something, but your body wants something else, right? It's addicted to something. It takes away your focus, this dopamine or this addiction. And it does this just because it wants the hormone, right? The spike, the feel-good hormone. Now, please understand that your body is different. It's a machine, basically. You ask it to do something, but this asking stems from seeing only what's possible. And when you're dealing with conditioning and obviously addiction that spikes up your dopamine, then you have a problem in indecision. And we jump on point number 2, which is the mind wants something. And here we have the illusion of the future. You live in the future with your goals, with the things you want, with the clutter, with the things you've begun and never finished. And this adds up, right? It creates like a subconscious tension, and this pulls you back whenever you try to decide something new for your life, whenever you want to choose a new direction for your life or doing the right thing. The unfinished stuff compounds that's in your past, and also the illusion of the future distracts you. When you project too much into the future, you can't take the right action in the present because you need to foresee in a way by taking the right action towards the goal in the immediate layer of your reality or your plane of evolution. And from there, you take it a step further, but you will obviously have to grow, right? It's like an evolution on the plane you currently live in, right? So that's how you best act in the present, by focusing on the next thing you have to do. Don't project too much into the future because that's going to be like a burden, like a heavy weight tied around you, and that's going to stop you take the right decision ultimately. And so point number 3 is going to show us what to do. Take notice of the dissonance. Be clear and aware. Notice the dynamic and understand it exists. So you have the dynamic between your body and your mind. These two can conflict, but you can bring them together, which is what we want to do. But in order to do that, you need to know that they exist. This is the thing you need to understand. The dissonance between what you want and what you do exists, right? So you have your body and your mind, or your mind and your heart instead of your body. And the trick to do here is to understand when this occurs, right? Because your body can want something and your heart can want something else, something that feels really, really good. That's the right thing for you. While on the other side, you have your mind that knows what's the right thing to do, right? You got to wake up and go to the gym, but outside it's raining and, there is a long way till you get to the gym. That's the mind talking, but the heart knows it really needs to train because you're going to look better in the future when the weather's going to be nice and you're going to have a body like nobody else has. So what needs to be done here is first take notice of the conflict. Second of all, recall your goal, right? The long-term vision, the projection. Third of all, look at the thing you have to do in the present, today, now. The very bit you have to work on. That's your thing you need to decide about. This small thing, right? This small sector, this immediate action that needs to be done today to help you reach the final outcome. So this is what you have to do. Take notice of the conflict, of the dissonance. Point number 2, navigating indecision. Point number 1, understand there is a risk of deciding wrong. If you see yourself deciding wrong, you did not listen to your heart, as it knows the right decision. Because your heart knows the right thing, it's worth listening to it. But people don't do it because with your mind, you can see that A equals B equals C. But that's not how reality works, right? Have you heard of synchronicities, of events that have no cause in the Newtonian physics as we know it? That's what we aim for. The reality bending itself around us. And I'm not being delusional. I'm actually talking facts. There are things you can't explain. You don't have to. Just use them. You don't have all the time to understand them. So getting back, please understand the risk of deciding wrong. Accept the possibility of you up. And as soon as you understand this, take the best course of action that you have to do today in this moment, and from there you repeat with this procedure. But have at the back of your mind, just once, remind yourself only that you can decide wrong. Okay? And when you do, after you make this clear with yourself, listen to your heart. This is the right thing to do, right? Because your heart is the energy behind the action, especially when you start something. That's how you do it. So your action is backed by some kind of energy, by a strength, a special power, a special support from the universe. And you do that by simply listening to your heart. Number 2, the universe sends you signs, right? The universe talks to you, bro. And it does it through synchronicities or events or some signs or something that you can recognize and can be the answer to what you look for, the answer to your indecision or of what you have to do. And when I say this, that the universe gives you signs, is that the flow of events will naturally take a course of evolution in one direction by using the path of least resistance. This is what you need to understand. The universe runs on the path of least resistance, just like the water takes the easiest course down the valley when it tries to reach the sea. Alright, so take this into account, because the same effect applies in this universe. The course of events in your life naturally have a natural course. Make sure you follow it if you don't want to struggle through life. Flow, bro. Have you heard of Hhow? The same thing. It's the same thing. Just follow the path of least resistance and flow with life. Don't resist it. And here is the protocol. Become an observer and watch events unfold through the path of least resistance before and after your decision. That's what you have to do to increase the power of your decision. Point number 3, you're dealing with fear of failure or criticism. Get rid of it by training on small decisions at first. So you want to build a muscle. You want to start with small decisions, like when you go to shopping or when you choose something on a menu in a restaurant or what to wear that day. This is how you train. This is what you must do in order to grow your ability to take better decisions. And how to deal with fear of failure or criticism. Just don't think about what other people think about you, because they have their own shit to work with. They have their own bubble. Live in your own bubble. Just do what you have to do with the best you have through your own means, through your own knowledge, through everything you know and understand at the current moment, without regarding other people, unless they're your customers. And obviously the universe sends you these people to show you, as a sign, what's the right thing to do for you, as a follow-up when you take a decision. So failure and criticism is good. You need to listen to it, but don't let that be your target. Change your focus immediately and shoot high, like look forward, right? The criticism and the fear of failure is in your past. Let it stay there. Just use it as a reference, but don't make that the objective. And you make the objective unconsciously, indirectly, by giving it attention. That's the last thing you want to do. Think about what I said, because this is how you play with reality. But number 3, decide big and take it slowly. You want to take big decisions and act on them slowly. That is, you do every day for 5 minutes or 10 or 1 hour a day, even visualizing after you've decided big. Some kind of action you're doing this time. You're building, right? Just like writing a book or making some videos or composing something or building anything of any nature. You need to decide big. Have a clear vision for yourself. Something to shoot for. Something big that's going to impact not you, but other people. Because the moment I'll tell you something here, the moment you decide that I'm going to help other people, the universe is going to help you help those people. That's how it works. People in the leading positions deal with this. They get the benefit of the universe by choosing to help other people, by leading them to the good thing. And this is how you become the catalyst. Put yourself in service and serve other people through your own evolution. If you read a book, make a summary, make a video on it, but you make sure you have this as part of yourself, the learning, something that's really of interest to you, and you will see your life transform. Point number 1, choose something that represents something in your immediate field of evolution that can be achieved with ease. You will achieve it. Just like as I said earlier, you need to choose something in your immediate sphere of evolution. Don't shoot for something too far, right? Choose something based on your own means and use these means to get yourself to the next plane of evolution, be it your next dollar or your next million. The same applies. And I have to mention something here. All the time, create. Don't be a consumer, be a producer. Give value to people. What's value is simply information given to people through your own lens. In other words, how you understand the world. So make your own bubble, regardless of how big or small. Try to put yourself in a position of service, helping other people, by helping yourself. Your evolution is the evolution of other people. If you become a teacher, if you give back, that is, if you don't consume, if you produce instead, you gotta take evolution seriously, because the more you decide towards your evolution, the better decisions you will take. And again, these decisions from small will turn into big, right? They need to be big. And first you start with yourself, deciding for yourself, and then deciding in the next plane of evolution. You decide for your family, or you decide for your team, army, and so on. It all starts with governing oneself. So start believing more in yourself and start taking it slowly. Don't give regard to the outside people, but just as a reference point, and let it be a mirror for what you think internally. The opinion you have about yourself will be reflected in the outside if you don't look at the outside, if you stop looking at the outside. That's how it works. If you believe you're somebody, you will become that somebody. But first, take it small, because you need to believe it, because you're dealing with your past conditioning and your subconscious mind, which is imprinted through repetition or emotional shock. So what we're dealing with here. And this repetition, I'm saying, in order to improve yourself as a person on your evolution path to your goal, is to visualize daily. Don't let a day pass without you visualizing. You become somebody else by visualizing, because the moment you visualize and feel how something feels and treat that as an everyday reality, then you know how that something feels, and you will begin to have it slowly at first in this material world. But the more you structure this dynamic of you creating your reality through visualization, is to treat it as a whole. Also go to the gym while you make money and find your right partner. So work your body, your mind, and your spirit, your health, wealth, relationships, your career. You can do that. Just open your eyes and close your ears. Observe more. Listen less to what people have to say. Just look at what they do first. That's how you get to be a better decision maker. Point number 2. Time is required for your nervous system to adapt to taking risks. It's okay. Detach and lead through a state of power. We said earlier about you visualizing your goals, or the next step in your evolution, in your current sphere of possibility. And so here, at this point, you need to understand that time is required for your mind to get used to the new lifestyle, to the new thing you've decided big for yourself. Just understand, time is required. Your nervous system is basically your memory, your CPU, your hard drive, your everything is your hardware, something you deal with. It's not your software, so you can change it easily. That is your beliefs, is your nervous system. And I'm talking here precisely about trauma. It can be deep trauma or surface level trauma. Either way, both can be rewired to a different degree for different people. But the same general principle applies to each, and you can use this in your favor to change yourself and understand that taking risks is something your nervous system doesn't want to do, because simply it stems from the need to stay alive, and your brain links your comfort zone and the fact that you currently live in your bubble with survival. This ensured your survival, and it will continue to perpetuate this until you die. It's not interested in prosperity. That's why you decide the same things again and again. What you do with your time, why you're not where you want to be, is because you decide the same things from the shadow have ensured your survival up until this point, and it will continue to do this. And it's also worth mentioning that this is mostly unconscious. It's basically written in your subconscious. You can foresee your future by looking at your past. But listen, if you want to bypass this thing, you do it with visualization and becoming an observer. This is how you do it. So you take action despite your conditioning. You become a new person by deciding to be that new person again. It's a decision. But first of all, after you do this, you need to understand that you will need to find supporting evidence for your decision. And you do that very easily. Just shut off your brain, shut off your mind, and take action. No matter if you up, you will be a different person by learning from the so-called failure or the new experience, and thus in the process you become a new individual, and you only look back with your binoculars because you don't recognize yourself. This is what happens when you stop your mind and take more action physically, and it's easy because the action you will have to take will present itself to you. That's the beauty in this universe. And to wrap this point, take that action in your immediate sphere of evolution. Point number 3, raise your state and weigh any decision by the potential benefits. Tony Robbins is a master of raising your state and then taking action, because the way we feel shows what we intrinsically believe in our nervous system. Based on those emotions, I feel like doing something or I don't feel like doing something. If you take action in these two states, the result can be different, because first of all you need the frequency, and then you need the action. That is, you need the state first. the energy, and then you take action. You then decide. And I guarantee you that's going to be a high quality decision if you start treating it like this. So increase your state, and you do that by changing your physiology. Jump, swim, ride a bike, cook, run, go to the gym. Change the way your body moves, your body acts. Breathe, play, do something that's gonna get you out of the current mood. And then look at the situation again, and you will see with this new level of energy, with this state, empowered state, you will have a different outlook on the problems or on the situations you're dealing with. And from this point, you can decide differently. Your decision will be of a high quality nature because your action will be different, because you're gonna feel different. And feeling, if you feel with your heart, then that's the frequency you need behind any kind of action. That's the secret. This is how you do it. Now, it's worth considering that every decision has a downside and an upside as well. And so you need to understand that you can't have everything. You can have what you want, but you can't have everything. As soon as you understand this, you can discern, you can look at your decisions through this lens, and you can understand better what to do. Let me give you an example. There are people who say that pretty women will not be pretty at the point in their life, and that the age will take over them, and so on. And what you need to do is to choose a partner based on their qualities, not on their appearance. And I'm talking about things such as the character. And so it's this trade-off. You either choose beauty or you choose the character, the personality, that is. So you see, you can't have everything. You gotta choose between the two, although you can definitely find the two. But this is a common, misconception about how to, quote, choose somebody. So you gotta weigh the potential benefits. But this is just an example. I'll let you have your own examples in your own life. What's the trade-off? What you have to exchange for? Is there something you'll have to give up and take something else for it? What is it, And yeah, you will have to measure the benefits and decide for yourself what you need to do. And by the way, don't let anyone decide for you. Be the one who's gonna do the mistake if you decided wrong, if you chose wrong. That's how you grow, that's how you evolve. Don't let anyone decide for you, unless you really like to do it, like having fun at a party or something. But other than that, don't. And lastly, here is a note. Decide in truth and a state of correctness, based on the information you currently have. With time, you will succeed at making better decisions. Until next time, thank you for watching, and bye.